Well, it's just gone 9 o'clock Central African time. This is BTV News, broadcasting live from the nation's capital, Gaborone. I'm Ulibile Samoka. Let's take a look at stories making headlines. President Boko back home from the inaugural AFCFTA conference held in Lusaka, Zambia. Botswana acknowledges the role played by the European Union in fostering good governance, economic growth, and human rights.
And in sports, DTC Botswana women's tournament playing a positive role in the development of men's football.
And the recent Tebogan to join us later on a sport desk. Patricia Shawanyani is interpreting in sign language. Welcome and thank you for joining us. Now, in our first story, President Advocate Maboko has successfully concluded his two-day visit to Zambia, where he attended the African Continental Free Agreement Digital Trade and Services Forum. He arrived back home this afternoon to an entourage of ministers and senior government officials. Botswana and Zambia met at a critical time where Botswana is rewriting her own history. President Boko and Zambia's President Hakainde Hichilema's bilateral talks on the sidelines of the forum reaffirmed the duo's shared development priorities in the areas of trade, transport and mining. The AFCFTA forum also afforded the heads of state the opportunity to draw a distinctive path of collaboration towards Africa's Agenda 2063. Botswana is intentional in working alongside other African countries to contribute to Africa's digital revolution and to enhance inter-African trade. Now, the sidelines of the AFCFTA Digital Trade and Services Forum, President Advocate Maboko paid a courtesy call on President Hakainde Hichilema to further deepen and explore possible areas of cooperation in different sectors, notably trade and investment, transport and logistics and mining. But acknowledging the strong bonds of relations between Botswana and Zambia, President Boko says the AFCFTA in place, the two will expand their collaboration scope to address various economic challenges. He also implored his counterpart to leverage on indigenous knowledge to advance knowledge.
It broadens the scope, it expands the horizons for our collaboration as neighboring countries, but also gives us access to a broader and bigger market. It will enable us, for instance, to aggregate our products so that where Zambia on its own could not meet the demand from a certain market, with Botswana and maybe others coming on board, we should then be able to service such markets. So it's very, very important. We'll also learn from each other.
We also talked about the investments that we need to make with each other in Botswana, in Zambia, to deepen those investments, which will basically stitch more glue to ourselves. Common interest, vested interest, common assets. We also touched, as the President said, my brother, on us wanting to learn on how you have managed your diamond business, so we can model a few of those issues around our emeralds business.
The government is concerned about some companies that have not developed their plots at the Botswana Diamond Park, though there was an agreement with the government to have developed them within 2 years. This comes after the Ministry of Lands and Agriculture granted them a one-year extension to develop the land following their failure to meet the initial deadline. In his visit to appreciate the progress, the Acting Minister of Lands and Agriculture, Dr. Edwin Dikoloti, emphasized on the conditions of the development agreement, which allows the government to repossess the land if not developed in 2 years. Kelekele Susomolakai reports.
The Botswana Diamond Park was established to boost local entrepreneurship and industry development within the diamond value chain. The park was to be the center of innovation, economic development, and opportunities for Botswana. But within this park, some plots have remained undeveloped, something which concerns the government.
The reason why we came through yesterday is because that which we have had, we have not added any value on it. Yeah. And it's a cause of concern for us. We appreciate all the good work that we've been doing here. I mean, you've got these shell factories, you've put a lot of infrastructure, you've created a lot of jobs here. But that which we want you to start thinking on or thinking through is, as you add value to your land, we're also changing a lot of, policies on land utilization. We are open, as advised by my team, that even when you start working on your designs, you can start exploring even mixed use.
We are halfway through with the program of creating certification for people who are done the diamond value chain.
Yes.
So once we give them certification, then anybody in the country can actually hire them, or they can start their own entrepreneurship. Open for both. We want to also do the jewelry business, meaning we want to convert the finished diamonds into jewelry and then export it to different parts.
After missing their initial deadlines, the Ministry of Land and Agriculture granted them a 1-year extension, but now there is a new condition. These companies must employ more Botswana or risk losing their leases.
Botswana were not going to be apologetic in emphasizing that it is time for us to be part and parcel of growing the economy and being part of running the economy. So citizen economic empowerment is multifold. It includes establishing entrepreneurs. I want my people in this constituency to be able to be part of the full value chain of diamonds.
I am 52 years in the diamond business, 52 years. I started at the age 16, and this is what the local people have to understand. They have to know in what direction they want to study, and we want to start classes at the age group 14, 15, 16. Great. So that at the age of 18, 19, 20, they are ready to take the challenges of taking the country to the next fold.
The companies have now been given 12 months period to develop the plots to align with the initial plan to create opportunities for small, medium and micro enterprises and generate greater efficiencies and security for all. Giletlelezwe Somolekai, PTV News, Gaborone.
As one of Africa's most stable democracies, Botswana has enjoyed a long-standing partnership with the European Union in fostering good governance, economic growth and human rights. During the EU Day celebration, the role of the EU is fostering global peace and sustainable development was highlighted. The Minister of State President, Mr. Moiti Mohasa, attended the celebration in Gaborone on Thursday. Kwarata Maranyani reports.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, a toast to the friendship, partnership of people of Botswana and European Union. Pula.
Europe Day takes place each year on the 9th of May and celebrates peace and unity in Europe. Recognizing EU's achievements and looking to the future, this year, 2025, marks the 75th anniversary of European Union. This laid a foundation for EU and paved the way for unprecedented era of prosperity, peace, democracy, solidarity and cooperation in Europe. In celebrating this day, Minister Mohasa highlighted that the partnership is built on mutual respect and committed to shared values of democracy, good governance and respect for human rights.
Our friendship continues to flourish as demonstrated by the existing close collaboration at bilateral, continental and multilateral levels in pursuit of our common goals and aspirations. As you rightly noted, ours is a partnership based and built on the foundation of mutual trust and commitment to shared values of democracy, good governance, respect for human rights and the rule of law. Let me take this opportunity to express our deep appreciation for the invaluable technical and development support that the EU continues to render to Botswana through the various EU development programs. Over the years, Botswana has received and continues to receive assistance from the EU in various sectors, including infrastructure development, health, vocational education and training, trade and investment, conservation, digitalization and innovation. The EU has been a steadfast partner in our journey towards achieving Botswana's national development aspirations as espoused by our Vision 2036.
European Union continues to invest in sustainable and smart infrastructure, creating new opportunities for trade, jobs and livelihoods in Botswana.
Dear friends, As we adapt to new political realities in a rapidly changing world, we are committed to building bridges rather than barriers, be it in Europe or with our partner countries. Europe has long been a leader in multilateralism, and today we reaffirm that commitment. We stand shoulder to shoulder with countries such as Botswana that share our belief in open economies, fair trade, and universal values of democracy and human rights.
The collaboration between the two has yielded tangible benefits and has had a great impact on Botswana's development in different sectors of the economy. Khorata Moranyane, BTV News, Gaborone.
You're still watching BTV News. Thank you for staying with us. Now moving on. The government has sent a congratulatory message to the newly elected Pope Leo XIV of the Roman Catholic Church. In a news release, the government says the Catholic Church remains a global leader of faith and hope for the underprivileged and the poor, advocating for equality, world peace and harmony. The release further states that Pope Leo XIV leadership will be challenged by societal inequalities, poverties, wars and other world problems encountered by humanity and governments. It says Botswana remains committed to continue working with the Catholic community. The government says it remains committed to continue working with the Catholic community in many areas of the society. Rabisoko Mokhosi, popularly known as Jumatere in the music industry, scooped 4 outstanding awards yesterday at the 9th edition of the Yarona FM Awards held in Gaborone. When officiating at the awards ceremony, the Assistant Minister for State President, Ms. Maipelo Muphuting, highlighted that government continued to fully support the entertainment industry, hence in the process of establishing a nationwide creative arts and film fund that is intended to develop and transform the livelihoods of artists.
The Yamas Awards has grown to become a platform of celebrating excellence in the music space. This year, Juma Tere became the star of the night, scooping 4 hours for the 9th edition of the awards, including Song of the Year, amongst others.
It's not me, it's God. So thank you very much. But all thanks to my guy, Chukuma. Bra, you are the best. I respect you. You are my mentor. You are my main man at the moment. Thank you very much.
So this is not mine, but this is for Piri Mabeta's Koksakasi. Pans Pezulu Pandafoko, as he would say. Thank you very much.
Well, if you know what I appreciate you like that. I would tell how should I say out there if you know so I appreciate you. It's a whole other way, Lara. That's why I gotta say maybe I don't know out.
In nurturing and developing these talents like this, government commits to play a pivotal role in creating a conducive space that will enable the creative industry to grow and transform in the long run, hence advocating for fund support to the creators.
As governments, if we know how the political will is there, we recognize the potential of the creative industry not only as a tool for economic diversification, but also as a bridge for social transformation. That is why we are committed to supporting efforts that amplify youth voices and create pathways to sustainable livelihoods.
But government is not alone in supporting the creative sector.
Music has the power to transcend boundaries and bring people together. And today we recognize the extraordinary artists, producers, and teams who make it all possible.
But we felt that it was important that the people who really matter, being the artists, are recognized. And we hope that next year, as we do Yamas 10, we will have other sponsors like ODC coming on board so that we can celebrate artists for the 10th Yamas in maybe a slightly bigger and better way, if you like.
The Yamas also featured 2 special recognition awards, including Hall of Fame Award, which was scooped by Zenzele Hirschfeld and Brendo Giabilo, scooping the Icon Awards respectively. Moja Timu Kibelo, BTV News, Gaborone.
Chobe Guest Houses Association say the Town and Country Planning Act of 2013 needs to be amended, and some of the provisions are outdated. This was revealed during a meeting with the district leadership to discuss pertinent issues in the hospitality industry and the challenges they face, particularly as SMEs. In this meeting, the entrepreneurs brainstormed some ideas which they say could improve as well as grow their enterprises. Kialebo Khayole reports.
Chobe district, being a tourism destination, receives a high volume of visitors, and that is why hospitality businesses are the mainstay of Chobe's economy, something that led a group of entrepreneurs to form Chobe Guest Houses Association in 2021 to provide a forum for advocacy and bargaining. In this meeting, these entrepreneurs made some suggestions that could improve their enterprises as guest houses.
There's a requirement that requires you to have a 75%.
There's a requirement that says we should have parking space for at least 75% of our rooms. If you could kindly reconsider this, because most of our clients use public transport.
Because most of the guest housing,
I don't know who is responsible for opening up the airspace so that more flights can land here.
We don't even have a hospital, a normal hospital in a place which is being mentioned as the hub of tourism.
Member of Parliament for Chobe, Mr. Simasiku Maplanka, was present in this meeting to hear their grievances as well as to make suggestions of his own.
And we are still fighting district.
We are still fighting to have district board committees which will issue licenses locally instead of going to Gaborone. The leadership in Chobe applauds and supports the introduction of local pedium as it continues to uplift a number of guest houses.
I've been on the other side. This one I say it without fear or favor.
The government should leave the local pedium as it is to run concurrently with the impressed system. If we do away with the local pedium, it will negatively affect the guest houses. We want to empower the guest houses.
Mr.
Maplanka promised these entrepreneurs that he will make known their suggestions at the next winter parliament session. BTV News, Kasani.
Now in news further afield, we go to Zambia. Zambia's government aims to boost domestic revenue by enhancing digital tax systems and Zambia Revenue Authority ZRA enforcement capacity with a target of 21.3% by 2025 and 22.2% by 2026.
It is reported that an estimated $89 billion gets misused every year in Africa, hence the inability to improve population livelihoods. Recently, different stakeholders from across Africa gathered for the subcommittee on tax and illicit financial flows in Lusaka to come up with strategies to better ease the situation.
A significant portion of the financing required to implement the vision and aspirations of Agenda 2063 should come from domestic resources. And you certainly heard that there is no one that will come to save us as we speak today.
These efforts contributed to the increase of the GDP from 14.1% in 2013 to 16.1% in 2022.
As we embark on this week of discussions, I urge us to focus on actionable strategies to address the challenges of illicit financial flows, strengthen tax administration, and enhance Africa's influence in global tax governance.
ECA stands ready to support our member states and the AUC every step of the way, working tirelessly in partnership to unlock Africa's full potential.
As Africa intends to increase its tax to GDP ratio, Zambia's government targets to increase domestic revenue to at least 21.3% of the GDP by the end of 2025 and 22.2% by 2026. Laonela Hwale, BTV News.
On standby to take you through the world of sport.
Thank you very much, Shulibile Samukam. Now, Botswana Tonight, Sports News follows with me, Ntabuhan Sebetlelam. Botswana Softball Association Marketing Officer Dr. Nonzi Malunga Payat says the World Softball Baseball Day commemoration resonates well with their efforts to promote and develop softball in the country. Dr. Malunga Payat said this as the local softball community prepares to celebrate the day in Gaborone tomorrow at the National Diamond. Kagiso Mlelekwa follows.
Dr. Malunga Payat said the day carries a great meaning for them as an association, as will also complement the efforts of developing sport locally.
The 10th of May, because baseball softball to become one big community, which Rona Botswana we are proud to be part of. And as we know, Botswana softball is one of the biggest sports, alongside football, level volleyball. And Tota decided to take advantage of this day. This will be the first of many. From here going onwards, we'll celebrate this day with all other federations. It's a WBSC. We are very big on development. The program is a grassroots. They'll also be there on what we are about and how serious we are.
She said they've invited other stakeholders to join and celebrate the day together.
We are calling our legends. They are also heads of many corporate businesses. They are in a position to help us. We are also calling our stakeholders, Japan, Cuba, America, the media, and we can bring a lot to them, especially Madi, programs who have been alongside us for the longest time.
On that day, we will have quite a number of activities. Recreational, softball, and then on top of that, now to showcase our actual product, it will be selected some of our best players from the north side and also from the south. But on a game, an all-star game, north versus south. And then our current and then also to add on to that, other fun activities like a throwing contest. We have a radar gun where we can measure the fastest throw, for example, from the crowd and also from the players.
The World Baseball Softball Commemoration Day will be hosted for the first time by the Botswana Softball Association, and a number of activities are planned, including games featuring top players from southern and northern regions, as well as games to be used to introduce and instruct children on the game of softball. Kagiso Morelekwa, PTV Sport, Gaborone.
Botswana Football Association Women's Football Chairperson Kim Musinyim says the DTC Botswana Women's Tournament has helped greatly in the development of women's football, especially at regional level. Musinyim made these remarks in an interview with Botswana Television Sports Desk when giving an update on the upcoming DTC Botswana Tournament, which is expected to start this weekend. Kagiso Molelekwa continues.
Musinyim said the DTCB tournament starts in 4 regions of the Botswana Football Association in order to find 4 teams who will fight for the championship. We first play regional leagues. From there, the champions proceed to play in blocks. We will be starting with Northern Block playoffs this weekend, then follows Western Block, followed by Central South Block, before concluding with Southern Block here in Gaborone.
From there, Western Block. Central South. Southern Block.
She further said, since entering into an agreement with Diamond Company, DTC Botswana, for